A prosecutor dismissed charges due to lack of interest for a domestic violence and for sexual assault. The letter said the preliminary proceedings shall be halted. No court date was ever given. I received the letter in the mail and it happened overseas. Now I'm wondering, can I apply for citizenship with charges dismissed? There was no arrest, no jail time, and it happened in February of 2017.
What was the arrest for?
Domestic violence and sexual assault. But they dismissed the charges.
Well, depends on how serious the charges are, what the accusations are. It certainly goes to good moral character, because It happened in the last 5 years. Fact is that everything was dismissed. You're not deportable or anything, thank God. You're allowed one bad day. I don't know how bad that day was. So we need to look into it a little more.
Right. Vanny Boo Nisbeth said, how long after marriage do I have to wait to file the adjustment?
File 24 hours later.
Favorite Adele said, my U.S.
And by the way, why I say file 24 hours later?
Yeah, I was.
Sure, you enjoy your honeymoon night. You shouldn't be filling out forms on honeymoon night.
That's
true. The day after you can fill it out.
That's not very sexy.
Right, but you could literally file it 5 minutes after you're married, but you don't want to be like, honey, all right, we got married. Okay, baby, let's go to the honeymoon suite and start filling out the I-130.
Not very hot.
Not hot.
Not hot.
Wait till the morning.
Very white and candles in the background while you're both like saying
out
whether
forms.
Or not you've ever committed crimes.
Correct, right.
Wow.
Yes.
My U.S. citizen dad filed for the daughter who is over 21 and unmarried and was filed for in December of 2015. How much longer is the wait if the daughter is outside of the U.S.?
3 years.
Shireen said, can I go on my interview with an expired passport?
You can, but it'd be better if you didn't.
Claudette said, my husband is a permanent resident on a re-entry permit and he's currently out of the country working. Will it affect my filing if I'm in the consular processing stage?
No, but you have to show that he plans on returning to the United States with you to live with you permanently in the U.S. So if he's going to continue to work abroad, they're not going to give you a green card to go live in the United States without him.
Joan said, how long should someone from USCIS, should someone wait for a response from USCIS about a DACA renewal?
120 days? 150 days?
Well, that's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Maharaji said, the VAWA pending while in removal proceedings. Could I travel with the advanced parole to a different country?
Well, I think if you're in removal proceedings and you leave the United States, you've self-deported.
Even if you have advanced parole?
Where'd you get advanced parole and removal proceedings from? Unless
the VAWA is pending.
Unless they terminated the removal, that's a different story. I would have to speak to the guy and see exactly where he is.
Yeah. Island Girl said, how long after getting the receipt for the adjustment of status can I expect a date for my biometrics?
4 to 6 weeks.
Natasha said, my husband applied for citizenship. However, I've overstayed. Is it possible for him to file the I-130 now for me before October 15th, or would it be safer to wait until he's actually a citizen?
You could file it now, but you're still going to be under the new laws after October 15th unless a judge puts a stop to it.
Dianaba said, if you've got Medicaid and WIC and you canceled them before October 15th, is that going to still affect your case? If
you file an adjustment before October 15th, no. If you file an adjustment after October 15th, yes.
Jaina said, I got the I-130 approved in August 29th, and the I-45 was denied yesterday because I failed to send the I-864 with the AOS package. What do I do? I'm scared.
Refile again with a good lawyer. Gotta start again from scratch.
Don't make the same mistake twice, baby girl. This guy, hire him right now. God working for me said, my friend filed his I-130, I-131, I-45, and I-765. How many days will it be until USCIS sends him a receipt, and how many days will it take for him to actually do his fingerprints?
When will this person get something in the mail?
Just anything.
The exact day. How many days?
How many days? Will it be a Tuesday?
Well, all the Magic 8 Ball says it's certain you will get something, but has no idea when.
Okay, great.
I don't know how many days.
But you're going to get something.
But you're going to get something.
According to the Magic 8 Ball.
Correct.
Very scientific.
Very correct.
Jenny Fernandez says, if I continue Medicaid for my son before October 15th and we are green card holders, does it affect our status when we're adjusting for citizenship?
No.
Yolanda said, my husband filed an adjustment of status in April. We did my fingerprint in May, but we haven't received a work permit and my interview's in a week's time. Is there something I should be worried about?
No, it's been happening a lot lately.
That's very odd. We've got a question from Andre who said, I'm on a J1 visa. My DS 2019 expires September 15th of this year. However, my J1 expires in July of 2021. My employer submitted my application for an extension late. The application was denied by the State Department. Can I attempt to do a transfer from one sponsor to another while the September 15th DS 2019 is still valid?
Yes, because it goes by the DS 2019. Your visa may be valid longer, but your status is based on the DS 2019, which is to September 15th. So make sure you change to another employer quickly.
Whew, you got
like
9
4 days.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Claudia said, I'm petitioning for my parents. The I-130 and the I-485 are done. They came in the country 20 years ago with a visa. My question is on the I-485, what do I put for their work history since they've never filed taxes and they have no work history on paper?
What do you put for what?
For their work history.
Well, you just said there was no work history. So you have two choices. Lie and make pretend they were working when they're not, or tell the truth. What do you think is smarter?
Now, it says, they never filed taxes because there is no work history on paper. I have a feeling like they were
worked
working
under the table.
Yes.
Well, then tell the truth about where they worked and file back taxes.
Where do you send your I-130 petition in the U.S. for your child in Africa, and how long does it take to get a receipt notice?
Whatever it says, there's a lockbox address on the form.
And about how long does it take to get a receipt?
About 3-4 weeks.
So the one who was in VAWA proceedings and had VAWA removal proceedings and advanced parole, can he leave the country? The follow-up is it's asylum proceedings. I have a VAWA pending, and I think after the VAWA approval, I can now terminate the removal proceedings, but heard that I can't in this Trump administration. How can you help?
You can't leave if there's a removal proceeding against you. You've self-deported.
Yeah. Whether or not.
Correct.
My category is an F4, and my priority date is September 2005, ROW. Mm-hmm. Recently, in May of 2019, my case was completed. Now we're waiting for our interview call from the embassy. Is public charge now going to affect our interview in any way?
Yes, if your interview is after October 15th.
They've been waiting for 15 years.
I know, crazy, isn't it?
And now the
that doesn't mean they're not going to get it. It's just
right.
More difficult.
So unfair. Gurpreet says, I completed the I-485 employment-based interview in April, and my case was sent back to NBC since the visa dates are not current for India. Any prediction on EB1, and also, can I make a move to a different city while I'm waiting?
If you move, you got to transfer your case. It goes to the end of the line, so I'd stay exactly where you are.
Stay put.
Right.
Our final question for right now comes from Marvin, who said, will my mom have to leave the country because she's unlawfully here in the U.S. when we file the I-130 and I-485 for her? She's been here
if you're filing an I-485, you're filing an adjustment. Stay here.
Right.
If you leave, you've got your case denied. Stay right here.
Stay here.
Right. She leaves with a green card.
Fantastic.
Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.